What is going on, everybody? It's Jack, and today I am bringing you guys what I believe to be the definitive way to run the 3-4 bear defense in Madden 20. This is a new setup. This is not something that you've seen people running. This is not sending 8, sending 9. This is not edge heat. This stops everything. I'm talking rollout corners out of tight offset, gun bunch. I'm talking near, far rollout corners, fullback dive, halfback inside, strong close, I close, strong H-wing, I-form wing. Literally anything your opponent does, this defense will stop it. Jumbo, wing tight U, whatever you run, chances are this defense stops it offensively. But before we get into the setups, I just want to say how we're going to break it down. I'm going to show you guys the setups and kind of the small adjustments depending on the offense that you're facing. And then towards the end of the video, or the bulk of the video at the end, it's going to be clips against those various offenses, because it's the only way for me to keep this video under 30 minutes. And I don't want this video to take that long. You don't want this video to take that long. So it's the best way to keep the video as short and as concise as possible. But before we get into that, I just want to say thank you guys for the support. And if you are not already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed and you have not hit that notification bell, seriously, what are you waiting for? You get the videos as soon as they upload if you hit that little notification bell. So ring that bell icon. It helps me out a lot. And I'm just trying to help you guys out, honestly, with a lot of this content. Also, hit that thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, because that tells me that you guys like the content, and then I know that I should keep doing this sort of thing. And maybe if you guys like the format of how kind of the setup and then the actual examples, instead of just kind of going through it all individually throughout the course of a longer video, then that helps me out a lot. Obviously, if you guys have questions, comment section down below. Twitter, follow me over there. Socials will be down in the description. Also, West Coast ebook is available to all Twitch subscribers. So if you are not following me on Twitch, I recommend you do that, because I still play Madden. I still play Weekend League. Surprisingly, I am actually going to be testing Gun Cluster this weekend in Weekend League. So, pray for me. But if you do want that West Coast ebook, it is available to all Twitch subscribers. So if you do want to subscribe and you just hit me up telling me that you subscribed and I'm not streaming at the time or whatever, I can send you guys a link to that ebook, and it is still getting updates as we speak. So keep an eye out for those updates if you did subscribe and got the original launch of it a couple of weeks ago. But enough about all that. That's enough housekeeping. Let's go ahead and jump right into the definitive way to run 3-4 bear for the rest of Madden 20. All right, so we're in 3-4 bear. The play in question is Buck SS3. Now, you want to run Buck SS3 flipped or unflipped depending on the formation that your opponent is running. There are obviously going to be times where you want the blitzing safety on the strong side or the weak side, so it really depends on what your opponent is running formation-wise. That's going to dictate how you run this defense. Stuff like strong close or I close, where there's only one tight end, you're going to want the blitzing safety on the backside of the formation away from the tight end. If they're running gun bunch, you want the blitzing safety on the backside of the formation away from the bunch side on the halfback side of the formation. So if they flip the formation, they run gun bunch, they run bunch to the left, then you want to flip it. You want to have the blitzing safety on the right. It's really dependent on how the offense is running their formations. Same goes for near close. Near close, tight ends on the right. Typically, you want the safety on the left. However, if they flip it, obviously, then you want the safety on the right away from the tight end. But now for the exceptions to that rule. The exceptions to that rule are near close flex with the tight end on the left of the formation. Typically, you want the safety on the tight end side. The reason being is the safety is typically on the quote-unquote backside of the formation, and most people tend to favor the 2 wide receiver side of near close flex as their quote-unquote strong side of the formation. That's what they typically use. So we typically keep the blitzing safety on the backside of that formation. Also, it's better run defense, which is against something like this, you want as good of a run defense as you can get. So the flipped formation for 3-4 bear is better against near close flex because of the way people run that. Now, against formations with 2 tight ends, like I-form wing or strong H-wing, it's really simple. You want to have the blitzing safety on the strong side of those formations. So if there's 2 tight ends on a side, blitzing safety, 2 tight end side of the formation. Unfortunately, you can't have auto flip on for any of these because the safety blitzing is on the quote-unquote strong side when it's auto flip on. So you'll end up only able to use auto flip if they come out in strong H-wing or I-form wing, but any other formation, auto flip is not going to work for you. The same goes for wing slot, right? 2 tight end set, another stretch. You want the blitzing safety on the 2 tight end side of that formation. Okay, so for the setup, it's fairly simple, and once you get it down, it's going to be really easy for you to make the adjustments that you need. We're going to show you guys against gun bunch right now for the examples, but understand that gun bunch and a couple other formations have kind of some specific caveats to it that you'll have to kind of work around. The basic setup against pretty much everything is going to be base the line, press, crash the D-line down. Then you're going to want to blitz this linebacker here, bring the blitzing safety in here, and then you're going to want to QB contain. So it's going to look something like this. You can kind of bring him right over that guy. You can kind of bring him into something like that. This is the basic setup that you're sending 6 at. So this is when you want to generate a little bit more pressure because this guy right here is still blitzing too. And this should do a good job of stopping the rollout corners over here because of the deep third. Obviously, you have the purple zones to match some things over the middle. Your job as a user with the deep safety is obviously cover the short middle for those quick passes, but don't get beat deep over the top. Now, against gun bunch, however, you do want to make sure that this corner on the solo wide receiver is not in a deep third. You want to put him in a deep quarter. The reason why you want to put him in a deep quarter when he's isolated is that way you don't get beat over the top on a streak route. Deep quarters, when pressed, don't get beat over the top. Deep thirds will. So this is just to make sure you don't get bombed for a one-play touchdown because it's Madden 20 and you have to do everything in your power to prevent yourself from just getting destroyed by random dice roll chances. Anyway, that is how you defend gun bunch. The last variant of the setup would be to pinch the linebackers and put this linebacker on a spy. So now you're only sending 5, but now you have a spy over the middle for some short passes, and then you can also send him obviously on a blitz at the quarterback if they start rolling out or whatever, and he just does a good job of kind of covering some of the stuff over the middle of the field and kind of help prevent some guys from scrambling. Definitely helps people from scrambling up the middle because he's just kind of sitting there waiting. And then it also allows you to just kind of play deeper over the top because somebody is at least over the middle of the field. I just want to show you guys kind of the setup for the run defense against like I-form close or strong close. Again, the setups are the same, but I just want to show you guys kind of the logic and the reasoning why they work the way they do. So again, baseline press, crash the D-line down, blitz this guy here, QB contain, bring him in here, and that's your setup to stop strong close and I close. Obviously, you're going to use this guy here. The only difference here is that typically the run comes right here on the off tackle or the stretch out wide. And when they do that, this QB contain linebacker right here does a pretty good job of shooting through untouched and tackling the running back in the backfield, or at least pursuing the running back and making him go out wide. And then you just have to make a play with your user kind of scraping back this way. But that's just kind of the basic setup to stop those kinds of runs. Also, you still get a spin shed here with the purple. You can still get a spin shed here with the purple. And then you could always pinch. And typically when you pinch, they kind of come in a little bit more. But then you get this guy in a spy here, and he just kind of plays the run pretty well. It kind of fills. But the basic premise still is that this linebacker shoots down here and tackles the running back in the backfield. Okay, so against 2 tight end sets like I-form wing or strong H-wing, you're going to not want to baseline, because if you do baseline and press, what ends up happening is that corner on the left is about 7 yards inside that wide receiver, and that's just stupid. Unfortunately, you probably still can't throw it over the top in Madden 20, but you should be able to. However, if they do send a streak route, you do have an opportunity to get beat over the top for a touchdown. So we want to prevent that streak for a touchdown. So you don't base the line. However, you do just press. And when you do just press, that guy on the left ends up directly over the wide receiver, which is what you want. And then just like gun bunch, you want to put that outside corner in an outside quarter. Say that 5 times fast. But that's just to prevent getting beat over the top by the one wide receiver on the field. Now, for the last part of the setup, you want to crash the D-line down, like we've been doing. You want to blitz this linebacker here, the backside linebacker now. Then you want to QB contain. The reason why we QB contain now is because then we want to take this guy and we want to bring him in just to the point where we know he's going to be on a contain, and then just kind of a little bit more inside, kind of directly over the top of that linebacker. But we could bring him back like even another step, like that's fine. Just something like this, because what's going to end up happening is this guy is going to shoot through untouched and make a tackle in the backfield, just like we did with this play when we had enforcer safeties in order to stop the run. However, now we are much better at defending everything on the field than we were back in October. And obviously, last but not least, you're going to take this safety and kind of use it in the middle, because some people do like to try to pass out of these sets, so you want to make sure that you don't get beat over the middle or over the top. And then, obviously, when they're running a stretch, you just kind of fill over here and make a tackle if you have to.
What's that? What's that? What's that? 15. What's that? Attack! What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?
As we get to the end of this video with all the clips and stuff, I just want to say I hope you guys take this to practice mode, get it down, get the adjustments down, because I know that this is what I'm going to be running for the rest of the year defensively. I know it's what I've been running with some pretty good success. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section below, or hit me up on Twitter or Twitch chat, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. But until next time, guys, I'm out.